I can barely fit behind this box, and I love it. This has got to be the thickest box I think I have on the shelf. Is this thicker than Massive Dark? It's got like ½ an inch. Hi everybody, welcome to Room and Board. Today we are doing an unboxing of Monster Hunter World. Huge thanks to Steamforge for sending this my way. Hey everybody, Chris from the future here. I thought this unboxing might come out a little bit sooner, and so I didn't know if I was allowed to talk about it yet, but if you're watching this, maybe you are interested in knowing that there is going to be another Kickstarter happening for Monster Hunter World. It'll be Monster Hunter World Iceborne, going into all aspects of that element of the video game. I'm very happy I can announce that, and if it's anything like Monster Hunter World, well then we'll be in for some cool minis and some fun gameplay, but let's get back to me oohing and awing over the friggin' heaviest minis I've ever seen. This is just the base box. Yeah, this honkin' thing is the base box. And I'm excited to see what we have in store. I'm actually really excited for Monster Hunter World. I thought it looked pretty good. I remember thinking that I was a bit more excited for this than Primal, if I remember past Chris correctly. Or at least I certainly am now, because this is in my hands, and Primal, who cares? So I thought what would be fun, before I review this, anything with this sort of big box style, I want to do an unboxing and see what you would get in this, the Ancient Forest set. If you backed it on Kickstarter, there are a ton of additional extras and exclusives, and for the amount of space that I have in my apartment, I'm pretty thrilled just to have this one box. But if you have more space, well, there's always going to be Monster Hunter to fill it. So I figured, let's take a look, let's see what it's like, let's do as detailed and an ASMR unboxing as possible, and let's see what is in this big boy and how it looks. So I'm going to start the camera now. Right away, the shrink wrap is very nice. I know it's an odd way of, an odd thing of saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. Well shrinked. I don't even need a X-Acto knife to pull it off, and I wouldn't want to damage the art. This is the core set, 60 to 90 minutes, ages 14 plus, 1 to 4 players. Cool, so maybe I'll solo this. I'm supposed to link up with Zach tomorrow, and so maybe I'll bring this. Sorry, not maybe, definitely I'll bring this. Let's give you that ASMR ooh ah ah sensation that I know everyone's tuning in for. I've never played Monster Hunter World, the video game, and I feel like I should, because I know it's something I would enjoy, but I know it's also something I would spend a bajillion hours on. And if this gives me that same experience, a little bit of scuff here, that's okay. That's just the packaging. If this gives me the same experience, if I'm ever able to open the box, let's look at the back of the box first. I feel like that's always nice. If this gives me the same experience, then that's great. Explore the ancient forest. With this core set, explore, okay, yeah, so this is the core set. Explore the lush ancient forest and the monsters within. Greedy great Yagras, or Jagras, if you're nasty. Electric Toby Kadachi, classic Toby, and fiery Anjanath. Terrifying Rathalos, and swift Azure Rathalos. Wow, okay, that seems like a lot of creatures. Hunt these dangerous creatures with a great sword, dual blades, bow, sword or shield, crafting upgrades, honing your hunting skills with every hard-won piece of monster loot. Expand your tabletop Monster Hunter World with fully compatible Wild Spire Waste core set, so there's 2 different core sets, and other expansions featuring new monsters to battle with and new hunters to battle with. New monsters to battle against. Yeah, what I thought was kind of cool about this is that the characters aren't named, they're just named by their weapons. They're like, yeah, you're going to be the sword. And that's really kind of all you need in something like this. Cooperative, track down monsters. Cool, massive monsters inside. Well, judging by the size of this thing, yeah. I think they might be right. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what's in here. If, as I vamp through the 20 hours it'll take to lift off this box lid. Look at this. Just in case you wanted more art, I assume this tells you how the storage tray goes. Oh, amazing, right off the bat. Tells you how the storage will happen, and there's an immediate, oh man, there's some immediate wings. Components between each campaign session. Okay, this is recommended layout when playing a 4-player campaign. For different player counts, you may need to store components differently. So this is a campaign that you can go through and go through the different monsters as you fight them. That's interesting. I'm probably going to just try to play this as one-shots, and then whoever wants to tune in can tune in. Holy bejesus, what in the fresh hell are these minis? What? What? These are not minis. These are Gigantomachias. Okay, we're going to build this dragon right away. Holy crap. Is this, can this even fit on camera? Jesus. Do I have to disassemble this every time? No, I mean probably, because that's why there are these wings. Wow. Maybe Zach will paint these. That would be pretty cool. Let me know if you want to see Zach paint these, and then I'll tell him he's got to for the channel. Okay, that one didn't slip in as well, but that's clearly user error because I was so excited about this thing. Wow. Holy crapola. Look at this guy. All right, so this wing is having a little bit, I'm going to sit back down. The other wing fit in really, really well. Oh, this one takes a little bit of doing, but again, I feel that's just me. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Holy crapola. This is so big. Wow. But is it textured? It does seem like the texture seems nice. And also what I really love is that, like, you can't see too many like connection line. Like here you can clearly see like it's been stuck in on the end, this ankylosaurus, this entire ankylosaurus dinosaur that's just been stuck in on the back. I mean, I was expecting big minis, but I don't think I was expecting this. These are heavy too. It's like, I don't know if I would expect these to be hollow, but wow. I'm a little, I'll have to fiddle with this a little bit more. There's a bit more of a gap here. This one fit in a lot nicer, and I think it's just me not fitting this in, but that's just something to note. I don't want to jam or jiggle with it too much. But wow, look at this guy. I gotta make Artie a tent. Well, anyway, you can go home. The unboxing's over. These come apart pretty easily. Yeah, it's not that way. And fit in really easily, which I really appreciate, especially if you're gonna have to disassemble to get it back in the box. I would probably just like, this is tough. I would probably just want to leave this out, honestly, on a shelf. But if you don't want that as part of your decor, then you're gonna have to disassemble it or just remove this giant box. So yeah, you can see I just got lucky. The first one going in. Oh. There we go. That's a bit better. I just had to push it in there a little bit more. Slots in a little less nicely, I think, as this one slots in really well, but wow. All right. There we go. We're starting with the good stuff. There's no way to not start with these minis. Wow. I'm already, that feels like it's worth the price of admission. Let's go with the smaller guy first. Yeah. See, this is more what you expect. Just a giant iguana. Iguanas are actually the most fearsome of them all, let's be real, because an iguana almost clawed my eye out when I was little. This is true. I was at the Children's Museum when I was in grade 1. I was like 6, and I was very excited because the snake lady was there, and we got to hold iguanas, but apparently I was last in line, and the iguana was getting a little frisky. No, a little, you know, iguanas can get frisky at time to time, but I wasn't around for that part, especially not at my young age. But he was getting a little antsy, and when I got to hold him, he slashed my eye right under here, almost took my eye out. But I got a free pass to the Children's Museum, though, so that was definitely equal value from my traumatic experience. Who do we have here? Just a dinosaur. I love that these monsters are just like, yeah, big lizard, big dinosaur. They call it different things otherwise, but yeah, big friggin' dinosaur. And finally, what's this? Another dragon? Komodo dragon, basically. A big Komodo dragon. These are cool. I wish there were sculpted bases, but I know that these have gameplay implications in terms of how they're facing, so I can give it a pass. Yeah, what it's really 1 to 6, is that in pounds? What's really impressive to me, let's take this out. That's the whole box. Really? Oh no, there's a ton of stuff under there. Wow. What's really impressive to me is that how heavy everything is. Jesus. All right, let's get everything out then. Okay, we've got our tokens and our map here. Yeah, let's go one by one. Let's see what we got. This I will use the X-Acto knife for, and I'll punch these out later, but I'll punch out a few to see how well the punching out process is gonna be. And we'll take a look at the map too. Not that many tokens, which is kind of surprising. And I'm really into, normally with like a big game like this, you get such a mountain of tokens, but here you just seem to, there's not too many types. Oh. Where did you come from? Oh, it came from there, which we don't need because, okay, we don't need that. And then we'll be assembling some stuff. That's cool. Okay, great. Let's just punch them out. Nice. Punches out really well. For all you token fiends out there. Few little flippy tags, but like, boop. Yeah, it kind of catches a bit, eh? Well, you just kind of have to have some force with it. Kind of catches a bit, but like, whatever, who cares? They're not tearing. That's the most important part, right? Like, that's kind of why I do the token checks, is to make sure that any normal person who's just punching it out won't have to worry about things getting teared. Even with that tough shape, that actually worked pretty well. You know, I'm going through pretty quickly and not like that gently. That's great. That is way far away now. Across my floor. Great. Let's put these to the side. Love that. You're 2 for 2 in production quality right now, Monster Hunter. Let's check out the board. It's going to be a very simple board because it's basically just a nice looking grid. But you can do a lot with just a grid of running around. We'll go through from top to bottom, as you can see the artwork a little bit. We got some skeletons and some art. I think this is dual-sided, although it probably won't change like gameplay implications. Looks like there's a few, those are just flowers, like Miley Cyrus would buy herself. Yeah, I like that this is double-sided. I mean, it doesn't need to be, I assume, because what's the difference? You're in, you know, an ancient forest or an ancient forest. One or the other, you're in them. But I appreciate it because if you want to change the scenery and it doesn't, like, I don't know what the extra cost would be for them. What's this? Oh, that's not great. Was that from me? I don't think it was from me. Was that from my knife? No, it can't have been. Yeah, that's a bit, that sucks, but who cares? It's like when people get the very most insignificant dent on their box and they're like, you know what? Nope, Send it back! It's ruined! The entire game is ruined, I'll tell you. Rule books. First time playing before you head out to hunt monsters. I said monsters. I'm not a monster guy, I swear. You can download the quick start guide from steamforge.com. That's great because this is she's a hefty rule book. But let's take a little look-see at it. This paper feels really nice. I don't know if I'm just like, I'm enamored. I'm enamored with the production quality so far. I don't know if I haven't done one of these unboxings in a while, and I'm kind of like, I'm like hypersensitive to everything. But there's something about this that feels kind of like old-timey, or like a journal, and that's kind of fun. There's 4 different monsters, the quest book. Lots of pictures, which is great. Lots of pictures, awesome. So that makes me, me as someone who never learned how to read, a lot less scared. I love seeing pictures in rulebooks. These visual aids are so huge in terms of immersing you into the story, and I gotta get that more onto screen. In terms of immersing you into the story and just like, it's just very helpful for reference, so you know what they're talking about. They have marking on their bases that divide them into 4 arcs. These arcs are on the front, left, right, and rear of the monsters. Monster arcs help determine which way a monster is facing, where a monster attacks, and which parts of a monster may be attacked by a hunter. So that's kind of cool. That's why they have to be like that. Monster turn, monster target. Oh, beautiful. An appendix and an index, which for some reason I almost said incest. No, I wouldn't be that excited about that. Cool. This is a very strange, it feels nice. It feels nice. It's just like great material. And then we got our quest book here. Stop, if you haven't read the rule book, you'll want to start there. Don't tell me what to do. I'm starting at the back. Don't know what any of these mean, but it looks like you can reference certain things and certain quests as you go through the game. Cool. I'm into it. Great. All right, what else we got? This is the sort of initiative turn tracker, I think, if I remember from, I don't know if I even read through this rule book. I think I did. If I was doing crowdfunding countdown at that point, I would have read through it, but I've also read through literally 1,000. Oh yeah, no, this is just player areas. This is it. I thought it was an area, but it's just a bunch of player areas. Still that same texture. I don't know what this texture is, but I'm into it if I haven't expressed this. Nice. Oh, some monster parts. You can collect all that sort of stuff. Wicked. And then here, oh, sweet. This is sort of your monster tracking sheet, and see who you're fighting. Because you really only have 4. Wow. Every time I pick this up, I'm blown away. This is actually so heavy. Let's pick up the lighter one. You really only have four things, right? But there's going to be a bunch of stuff. Let's check. Let's see the contents, baby. Let's do it. How's that for some knife work? Eat your heart out, Shokugeki. I'll show you some knife work. Cool. So these are the different levels. You can see the hit points going up, and the different stars of the different value, the rarity of these monsters, them going up. Gluttonous, Irritable, and Yagras Alpha. And so these are how they improve in difficulty over the course of the game. Cool. There's the dragon, yeah. Oh baby, Azure. That's what we're talking about, Azure Rathalos. So it's just, I mean, it's the same sculpt, but cool. And then Ancient Forest Great Sword. Oh, this is great because you're gonna have like similar greatsword and like different the similar characters as you go along. So I love this. It says Ancient Forest Great Sword Forge reference, you get your little tech tree of how you can build up your stats and pick your stuff. Oh, and the Wildspire Waste Greatsword Forge reference. So if you are going into the Wildspire, because that's of the other core set, they just include these for the characters that you can play. Okay, sure. Probably won't use these, but maybe there's some sort of application that I can use. Awesome. Let's take a look at some cards. Ooh, quite a lot of cards. Better not mix these up. I feel like these are... I should check the rulebook, probably. Some little things to make your dials, which I'll be doing later. Some dice. You know, the Kickstarter Deluxeified psycho in me wants these to not just be white dice. I don't know why. I do know why, because we've been spoiled for choice, and well, they feel nice though. I take it back. We've been spoiled for choice, and ordinary white dice just feel ordinary. But they actually feel quite nice, so there you go. Let's check out our heroes here. These guys are nowhere near as impressive as the big monsters, but I guess you want to feel like a real badass when you're facing a dragon and jumping around and just giving it, you know, giving it a little manicure, basically, is all you can do. Is this greatsword? Doesn't seem like that great a sword. No, this is sword and shield, because you have a shield, naturally. These are nice. I like these black bases. They feel very sleek, and the pop of green is nice. Again, I kind of would like textured bases, because again, I'm a spoiled little baby, but yeah, they seem kind of cool. I think by design, like, they could be bigger, right? But I think they want to be smaller, dual wielding. Oh yeah, this guy's friggin' cool. I think you want to be smaller so that when you are even facing off against this guy, you feel the size of it, right? I've never actually noticed this in a board game before. You know, you always have your minis and you're like, ah, yeah, the sizes are off, but who cares? Oh, the skulls are a different size over here. I feel like this sizing is so deliberate that it makes me kind of excited. Cool. These minis are cool. The bow and arrow. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not usually... I feel like I'd go for a dual... Sword and shield's the worst one. Like, do you want to be a sword and shield? No. That's the one that you're going to use with when your friggin' friend comes over for the one time. Look at this friggin' bow and arrow. I love this. That's fun. These are chonky. I don't even care that it's just like one plane, because it's like, yeah, look at that. Look at that pointy symbol. And here's the greatsword that anyone who invades you in Dark Souls just, you know, sometimes has on their person, and they hit you one time and you die. So thanks a lot, greatsword. All right, I've got all the cards here, so I'm going to reference them as I open them. These seem like elemental damage cards and damage cards. Look at me not just guessing when I'm unboxing. I'm actually doing this correctly. So not too much, and then just regular damage. Lots of regular damage cards. I'm sure there'll be another deck of just elemental damage. Oh, that's cool. You can see all the yellow along the sides, and some don't have yellow. I'm interested as to why that is. These are some behavior cards, which will tell us how they move and how they attack. That's cool. These are some time cards, I think. Oh no, these are the Palico cards. Let's just open them all. Look through them. I didn't show you the fronts of these, but they're all just like, hey, you take 1 damage, 2 damage. I bet there's going to be a 3 damage in there. 3 damage. Is there a 4? I don't think so. I bet it's only 3. 4? There is 4. I lied to you. Only a couple, though. And then we're elemental damage. Oh, that's great that there's the distinction between the two, if you can see on the outside. Cool. Now, Zach did this cool thing where he just did this. I don't know how he did it, but he's like, listen, this is how you open the cards. You just take them like that and just kind of shake them a bit. It's like a mash shuffling, but in reverse. But then that like loosens up your shrink, and it makes it easier to tear off. If you're having trouble tearing off the shrink, Zach showed me that, and it blew my mind, and I don't think I did it justice, but it was still, that's how I'm going to share it with you. All these different time cards: Tactical Shift, Threat Shift, Monster Retreat, Brief Respite, Sleep Toad. That's my nickname in high school. So I'm closer to you. That makes more sense. Roar, Yagra Slayer, Aimless Water. So there's a bunch of different time cards. And these are how you mark the time limit of the quest. You kind of set this up in advance. That's like your setup. Oh, cool. These are companions. These are cute little companions that you can get. Oh, yes, Plunderblade. Look at these! That's kind of cool. That's why there's a little paw, because companion. Oh, that's great. I was having trouble pulling them out, but you can pull out on sort of all sides, which is a nicely designed insert. I really appreciate that. These look like they're just weapons. Each hunter is defined by the weapon that they carry. Weapon cards determine what attacks a hunter can make, as well as how much damage. These cards are numbered 1 and 376 to 384 for the Great Sword Hunter. That doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense in terms of the numbering, but I'll go with you on it. Ah, yes. We've got 1, 2, no, 1, and then 376. Okay. Yagra's Hacker. And then we've got some tactics and stuff. Cool. So these are the attack cards. So these are the weapon cards. See how they're changing in color as you go through. And then you get to here where you get some attack cards, which there's got to be a reason for. Oh yeah, because these aren't. That makes sense. These are already divided for you by the characters. And then the characters have it on the back. That's good iconography. That's why the other ones that we saw, this is the bow character, right? This is dual wield on the back, and then the bow. Cool. So that's our sword and shield buddy. This, oh no, this is our sword and shield. This is our great sword. This is our sword and shield. Chief Kukri. Yeah, I mean, like you see, there's not like a bajillion pieces of art on here. It just tells you the information that you need to know. That's it. So you can play quickly. And then these, I assume, are just pulled from the actual game, but I don't know yet. All right. Well, that feels like pretty much it. Honestly, just a bunch of stack of cards. The real set pieces here, I mean, I still have a couple of decks to go through, but when there's not like a different art on it, you're going to be basically seeing a similar thing, just a bunch of numbers and different setups. And then here's some armor, very similar. Let's look at the armor. Sure, let's look at the armor cards, see what that does for us. Alloy Greaves, Alloy Mail, Alloy Helm, Alloy Greaves, same. Probably 4 for each, and then you can go upgraded, right? There's some Bone Greaves, some Bone Mail, some Bone Helm, Yagras Helm, and I'm assuming you're crafting these out of the stuff that you've made. Yeah, very simple armor. Seems like it's easy to find. Rathalos, if you ever get that far. And Wrath Soul Helm, well, that's cool. Intimidator? Yeah, I'm intimidated. Cool. Very simple cards, not a lot to really worry about, but there's enough here to get me excited to play. I mean, I've said it once, I've said it again. This is why you tune in to Monster Hunter in the friggin' ancient forest. I don't know what the other core set is like, but this feels like the better one, just with this wicked dragon. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe I have to go look it up now. Otherwise, the cards, you know, who cares? But they feel like really good quality as well. And there's a really nice texture thing that's going along with this game as well. But that's pretty much it. Now that we've seen all the components, let's check out what this is saying again. This is how to organize your storage tray. So, now that we've seen everything, right? Over here, you're going to have your hunters. Boom, 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 boom. That's fine. Over here in number 7, you're going to have the dials and tokens. Okay, fine. Really, we want to pay attention to store the following cards for 2 hunters. The hunter's equipped weapon card, the hunter's equipped armor cards, hunter's attack deck for the equipped weapon, hunter's damage deck for their equipped weapon, and the hunter's palico if you're playing with 2 players. That's probably what I'll be playing. When only playing with 2 hunters, we recommend using the unused section to store cards from hunters not playing in your campaign. So you take each one here and you do 2 of them. Time cards and pets, monster behavior in the smaller lower part, and then the Monster Hunter World Wildspire waste weapon and attack cards using the large upper part. Okay. I like that this is here though, because then if you pull it out and you're like, what are all these cards? What are the, because the backs look fairly similar, right? They're not like incredibly distinct, but this gives you a good bar of how to put things together, and just the fact that you're putting your active stuff here, which is separated kind of in half. I like that there is sort of a designated area for that, and then you can just pull out, oh no, dragon. Sturdy. Oh, she's a chunky girl. I'm more excited to play this having unboxed it than I was before unboxing it. And that should tell you something about the components. So stay tuned. I'll play this as much as I can and get a review out to you as soon as I can. But this has been your first look at Monster Hunter World, and yeah, if you like a big mini, well, if you like an oxymoron of a mini, this is the way to go. And okay, fine, Tyrannosaurus, you're fine too. Okay? It's just the weight on this one is so huge. That's where it's earning its price point. That's for sure. Let's get all our little buddies out. You know, most mini games I find are equated with like, yeah, it's just fun to have toys. But this one, it's like, oh yeah, you just have a bunch of toys, a cool little monster figures that you're running around on the board and be like, wow, look at these scary beasts. Like, I have not felt the feeling of like action figures or kid playing with toys to such an extent in a game as I have with this. And I think that's a good thing, right? Because let's face it, we're all a bunch of big old friggin' nerds anyway. And it's kind of fun to have these little toys. I don't know if I'm going to be hugely excited that these tokens only go into this spot here, but we'll see if that's annoying when I play or not. All this will be coming in the review. This is just initial thoughts, as always, but unboxings are cool, and I'm glad that I have some friends with me to make it even cooler. And those friends are you, not these buddies. I'm going to put them away and we will figure out how they go back into the storage tray. Anyway, but those are the contents of Monster Hunter World. If you were thinking about what the heck is this game, well, go check out my review when it's out. But if you just wanted to know what's inside it, and if there's a cool toy factor, well then, yes, there is. That's all there is to it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm excited to play this. I'll let you know what I think as soon as I do. Probably we'll end up playing this with Zach, so maybe we'll have a dual review video together as well. Until next time, my name's Chris George, and I do not have a catchphrase, but I do have the power to rip off this dragon's wings! Right? God, I'm so scared. There we go. Ah! You're nothing compared to my human ingenuity! But I got it looking so nice in here. Oh my God, did I? Ah! That's great. These are actually really easy to pull apart, which is important if you're storing it. I'm thrilled. I'm tired, but I wanted to do this tonight because I was so excited about it. And you know what? It definitely didn't disappoint. So I've already signed off. What are you still doing here? It's just because you're amazing? Well, you are. Congratulations. You're one of the best people out there. You're the best person I've ever met. Well, how does that make you feel, huh? Yeah. Get over it. You're a spectacular human being, and I hope you have a wonderful day and week. You like that? Probably. Honestly, here's a bonus feature. I just want to turn my camera back on as I was doing this. Look at this lip. This lip right here for grabbing things, it shows that, turn a little bit of the lights off, there we go. This lip right here shows a really nice insert design, and that prioritizes user experience. Boom, you take that off. Boom, things are easy to grab. You see these like little ridges here? Everything has its place, and boom, easy to grab and easy to fit in. So even though there's a lot of cards here and like the card storage might feel a bit wonky, I feel like a lot of care. I'm very excited for this game because like so much care has been already put in to these little touches on the insert that like I think they should be commended for and kind of rewarded. So there's your bonus feature. That's just this finger hole tells me all I need to know about the care that's gone into helping design this insert and giving you something usable, which a lot of campaigns with large boxes don't care about whatsoever. Way to go, Steamforge. Really, like, I'm very impressed so far. Let's see how the game does and measures up. This, I mean, I'd like a little bit here to be able to grab something, but also like the board's got to be however big it is, you know. So